Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, you devil, you. You went out and did it again. You motherfucker. You got me. You got me with that fucking twist. I just came back from watching Split, and I gotta tell you what an awesome surprise that was, considering that his last few movies haven't been all that good, except for The Visit. You gotta check out The Visit if you were an M Night fan and you stopped watching his movies because they were all getting shittier and shittier. I don't blame you, but you gotta check out The Visit and you gotta check out Split, especially if you're a fan of his earlier work. No, this is. I just want to talk about it. It's not a review. It's just talking about movies that I like. I guess what I'm doing here. I don't know that I would be good at reviewing movies. Seems like that's a lot of work. You got to take notes and you got to be more or less accurate about what you're gonna say. And I'm just kind of excited, and it's a movie that I really like, so I just want to talk about it. So this is spoilers. This is full of spoilers. I would think, because I'm not sure where I'm gonna go with it, but I'm sure I'm gonna end up saying stuff that you don't want to hear. And so if you haven't seen the movie, and for whatever reason you stumbled upon this video, just don't watch this. Go watch the movie and then come back and watch this. I guess do whatever you want. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just don't watch this because I'm gonna spoil it for you. Now, I the twist of this movie is amazing. It's awesome. I cannot believe that such a short scene, just a few seconds, can make a whole different movie. Because you're watching this movie and you're thinking, okay, what am I watching here, or what kind of a movie is this? And the minute the twist happens, the minute that those few seconds happen, the whole movie changes. At least it did for me, because I realized at that point that I am watching a completely different movie. I am not watching the movie that I thought I was watching. This is just not what I was thinking, and I didn't see the twist coming. And if you tell me that you did, you're full of crap. You're full of shit. Unless you were an insider and you were working on the movie or something, and somehow some information got leaked. There's no fucking way you saw this coming. Some of the best or people that watch movies constantly, like that's their living. They didn't see this coming. So don't fucking put yourself over and think that somehow you're gonna fucking fool people into thinking that, oh yeah, I saw this fucking twist coming, because you didn't. Get the fuck out of here. So first of all, here's another spoilers. If you haven't seen earlier movies from M Night, I suggest you go watch Unbreakable and then come back and go watch Split. Yes, and you gotta watch Unbreakable. By the way, that is my favorite M Night movie, and I'm not saying it because of Split. I just love the idea of that movie. It's an origin story of a superhero, and you don't realize that that's what you're watching until the end, right? You're watching this movie with Bruce Willis, and he's getting all this power, all this strength, and he's discovering it because he doesn't even know himself he has it, because he was the sole survivor of a really bad train crash, and it seems weird that he was able to withstand all that damage and everybody else died. So yeah, that movie, it's a fucking awesome idea of creating an origin story, but that it's based on reality even more than the Dark Knight movies. And I've ever since that movie, I always thought, wouldn't it be cool if they did that for another superhero, even a villain? I always thought that. I know that you're gonna say, oh, now you're saying that you had this idea before, but I really did. I always thought that it would be a cool idea to make an origin story of a villain the way they did it with Unbreakable. And I've never thought that even M Night had to do it. I thought maybe another director could do it. I never thought it would ever happen, but essentially, this is what happened with Split. You're watching the greatest origin story for a villain. That's essentially what it is. That's the twist. You get to the end and you realize, holy shit, this is Unbreakable too. Uh, it's oh man, I could. And this is what I mean when I say that it makes it changes the whole movie for you, because throughout the whole movie, I'm watching this movie, which by the way I wasn't going to watch. I just thought, okay, there's a new M Night movie. I'll just wait until I can rent it or watch it online or something, because I didn't want to take the chance. I don't didn't want to go to the theater to watch a movie that might not be that good. M Night's still trying to regain his popularity or the trust of the audience than he just might have with the last two movies. Um, and but I kept watching all these movie critics, movie reviews online on YouTube, and they kept hinting at this twist, this amazing twist that completely makes the movie something different than you thought you were watching. And they were right, man, because um, so Split is basically the story of a guy with like 23 multiple personalities. Just go watch the preview. It explains the main story of it. He kidnaps three girls for this other personality that he calls the Beast, and this Beast is gonna do things with these three young girls. And I gotta say, James McAvoy, is that his name? Yeah, that's his name. James McAvoy, Professor X, young Professor X. Um, he did such an amazing job at portraying these different personalities. You could see one personality from the other, and they're not over the top personalities. They're very subtle, but you could see. I never once thought that this man was acting. I could see it whenever he switched personalities. You could see, oh, I'm not talking to this, or we're not seeing this person anymore. Oh, this is another personality. Oh, there's another personality. Maybe there are some exceptions. He does play a 9-year-old. One of his personalities is a 9-year-old. Another one is a woman. Those two personalities, you could see there's a drastic difference, and they're very obvious. But there were other personalities that are very subtle. You kind of can't tell. I mean, you have to be that much of a good actor to be able to portray two personalities that are not that different. In fact, in some part of them, in a part of the movie, at some point, one personality is trying to behave like another personality, and that in itself is a fucking task and a half. By the way, this is an origin, a story for a villain. This villain portrayal might give a run for its money to the Heath Ledger's Joker portrayal. Up to now, I thought Heath Ledger's Joker was the best portrayal of a villain, a comic book villain. Uh, and I don't know about it anymore. I think James McAvoy might have stolen that 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 title from Heath Ledger. I think this might have been an even better portrayal of a villain than the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker. But that's debatable, I guess. I'm not sure where I stand on it. I might have to watch Split again and see whether it is it's a better performance than Heath Ledger's Joker. But it's so good, and another good um, acting ability in this movie, or acting well done acting in this movie, is by that other girl from the Witch. What's her name? Anna Taylor Joy. Yeah, I've only seen her in The Witch, which is another amazing movie, but that movie's not for everybody. That movie, it's not your typical horror movie. It's a horror movie, but it's not for the masses. I'll just say that. But getting back to Split, what an amazing ending. So you're watching this movie develop, and it's a good movie, even without the twist. That movie, I think it's still a really well done movie. I was not displeased with the movie until maybe near the end, when the one of the personalities that it's called the Beast, it starts manifesting itself. This Beast personality shows up, and you can start seeing James McAvoy kind of hulking up a little bit. And I was thinking, oh my god, please, Em, don't go over the top with this. Don't make him transform into like a literal Hulk. Because at one point and earlier in the movie, the one of her psychiatrists or psychologists, I don't know what the fuck it was, but a lady that's trying to understand his mind and all the different personalities, suggests that the brain itself might be able to change the physical appearance of a person's body. And I thought, okay, that's fucking way too far fetched. That's too much bullshit. But whatever, I roll with it because with M Night, you never know. You never know until you get to the very end as to what the fuck you're watching. He always sort of misleads you and makes you think you're watching something, and then it turns out no, you're watching something else. So I'm watching this, and it's getting to the end, and the beast finally shows up, and it was well done. He only he becomes slightly, just a little bit more muscular, and you can see his veins show up a little bit, and he starts showing superhuman strength, like he's able to bend like jail bars, like jail cell bars, like thick pieces of steel. So you can see that he's got super strength. He's climbing on walls. You're thinking, okay, this is getting a little bit over the top. Where are we going with this? You know it, but it wasn't too crazy. I was still with him at that point. I was willing to be patient and give him the benefit of the doubt. Some people didn't, and I saw some people walking out because I guess they were not happy with that result. They thought that's the twist, that he can actually turn into a beast. Uh, but it's not over the top. It's just a slight change in his physical appearance. At one point, this beast personality takes two shotguns to the body at point blank, which would have killed or ripped people to shreds. Anybody else, any other human, you would have had a hole in your fucking body. Not this guy. He was able to take the shots and walk away. So I'm still sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, so his brain is able to give him superhuman strength, and I was sort of getting lost. I was thinking, well, okay, come on, M. Night, what are you doing? This is too much. You know what? Now you expect us to believe that somebody who suffers with this multiple personality disorder thing, whatever it's called, can develop superhuman strength. So the movie keeps going and it gets to the end, and they cut to a diner scene, and there's Bruce Willis, and he makes a reference to the movie Unbreakable. Fuck, man, I got shivers down my spine. I think I was out of breath for like a minute, which I don't know that I can do under any other circumstances. And, and like I said, I cannot believe that such a short scene can make an entire movie. Like it just it made me realize, oh, I didn't realize what I was watching. I was watching a fucking villain origin. That's why he's got superhuman strength, because this fucking movie takes place in the world of Unbreakable, where some people can develop superhuman strength like Bruce Willis did in Unbreakable, except in this case it's a bad person that's developing this superhuman strength or superhuman abilities. It makes sense. Within this universe, it completely makes sense. So now this whole movie that you were watching and you thought, okay, what is this? What am I watching? Now you realize, holy shit, I just watched the greatest origin story for a villain. And I say the greatest because I love the idea of making superhero movies look very realistic, especially the origin story. And I've always liked this idea since I saw Unbreakable, which to me, to this day, is still the best origin story for a superhero. And I don't know, I couldn't stop thinking about it throughout the whole way home. I was like, such an awesome idea. And I don't know if he's going to run with it. I don't know if there's going to be a third movie, Unbreakable 2 or Unbreakable 3 or whatever, where you see Bruce Willis confront this so-called beast character with the multiple personalities. I think it would be cool, especially if they make it look super based on reality as to how it would happen if it were to take place in real life, because that's essentially what Split and Unbreakable are. Um, Go watch it, especially if you're an M. Night fan. If you're a fan of his earlier works, go watch. You can't miss this movie. Well, I don't even know why I'm telling you this. Go watch it, but I'm sure by now you have seen it. I mean, I spoiled the shit out of it. So I can't imagine you would watch this without watching the movie. If you did, I don't know why, because this is one instance where if this get if you're told this, it could really potentially ruin the movie for you. You know, I by the way, to me, this twist is better than the Sixth Sense. I never understood why so many people made such a big deal about the Sixth Sense twist. I saw that movie in the theaters, and I didn't see the twist coming where, Bruce Willis is fucking dead throughout the whole movie. I didn't see it coming. I was very young. I was kind of dumb, you know, not as critical as I am with movies. But even then, I thought, what's all right? What's the big deal? I mean, yeah, okay, cool twist, but I personally thought Unbreakable was better, and even the twist in Unbreakable was far superior than the twist in the Sixth Sense. But yeah, this is the kind of the spoilers that could really, really ruin a movie if you go and watch this movie knowing what happens. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about it. I'm really excited. I haven't felt this excited about a movie in a long time, and the twist. I think this is the best twist, hands down, for any movie. Um, and I don't know. Now I'm gonna go watch videos on YouTube and see what other people are saying, see how they're dissecting and what the their speculations are as to what's gonna happen with M Night in this potential series.